All right, let's talk about that second step. Feed your soul. The second step in success habits to power up your day. The six things that successful people do each and every morning, the very first 2 hours before they check their email or their Facebook accounts. All right, are we good for this? Let's talk about that. So here we go. Step two, feed your soul. Yesterday we got prepared. On step one, we were preparing ourselves for success. Now on step two, we're going to feed our soul. Now here's the thing. The beauty is that you don't have to adopt everything I'm going to suggest here. Thought you certainly can if you like. Just pick at least one suggestion that resonates with you the most strongly. At least one. Just keep an open mind and let's take a look at this. Now, here's the first one. Read or listen to a book or a podcast, either on self-help, motivational, inspirational, business, or spiritual, something. Listen to something that is positive. Turn off the news. Do not turn the TV on. Choose what you feed yourself. Choose what you feed your soul, your mind, your heart. You pick it. I like to get up in the mornings. I go for a walk and I listen to something. I get a book of the month from Audible. It's about $15 a month, and it gives me something to pick and something to listen to that month as I walk in the mornings. When I walk by myself, I get to listen to something. Practice a gratitude attitude. This can be as simple as not allowing yourself to get out of bed in the morning until you've thought of three things that you're grateful for. I'm going to tell you this is important. Try including three things in an I'm grateful for today's section in your daily inspirational journal. We're going to talk about this here in just a second, how we're going to do that. Or write them on the three little pieces of paper and put them into a jar, into the bathroom or something like this. But this is very, very important. This is one of the things that you want to be. Practice gratitude. Either get up and sit on the side of the bed and do it, or still while you're laying down in bed, you can do these three things. I'm grateful for habits such as this. Easy one to get into. I'm going to tell you, it really is, and it's become a habit to just open my eyes and say, be what you're grateful for that day, or what you're grateful for that happened the day before. It's really easy to get into into the habit. Number three, use relevant affirmations. Words have power. Oh my Lord, do they? We know how we can destroy somebody with using the right kinds of words or the wrong kinds of words in that case. And the same way we can build people. Well, guess what? We can build ourselves if we use the right affirmations. If affirmation statements resonate with you and inspire you, make them a part of your 2-hour morning routine, and indefinitely. Again, customize it into a format that works well for you, one that you enjoy. Pick a card, repeat them to yourself. Some people write them in a piece of paper and carry them with them. If not, here's goodfinding.com, and they're going to send you daily affirmations that you can print or use yourself. If you like the copy of my book, How to Achieve Your Goals with 100 Foolproof Affirmations, I've used them. I believed on them. If you do, let me know here on the chat below, and I'll send you a link so you can download it. All right, that is one of my own books and my affirmations that I've collected through time and I use. Ask a meaningful question of the day. Affirmations and expressions of gratitude are helpful because they remind us of what is really, really important. So you want to do this, and one of the things that you want to do is pick up a meaningful question you can ask yourself every morning, as well as a thought of the day. The late Steve Jobs, CEO of Apple, started the day by asking, if today was the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I'm about to do today? So putting it into a perspective, you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. And here's one of the best ways of doing it is you practice visualization. You've heard about this before. Make a dream board, and I'm going to suggest you do that. Grab a PowerPoint and start loading it with your affirmations and cutouts, so to speak, like we used to do it in the old times. Really, they are very important. You may think that it's hogwash, that this is one of those things that you really, you shouldn't be doing as an adult, but yes, they are that important. There are principles that are behind this, and there's the reasons that you want to do it. So cut them, make them, put them in there, be goal specific on what they are. They should have deadlines. This. We're going to work we have another workshop that we're going to do here together, and how we We can affix deadlines. We're going to use a principle called PERT, developed by the United States Navy, on where we're going to ask ourselves what happened just before that to create our goals and our deadlines and be able to achieve them. But for right now, you want to create your dream boards. You want to visualize. An example, for example, you can say exercise 15 minutes. What kind of an exercise? That's just too broad. So use an image. In here, I just got words, but grab an image. Let's say it's going to be you on your bike around the neighborhood or a stationary bike. So put a picture in there of you on that bike for 15 minutes. By here's another one, an example to the right. Buy a wedding dress for daughter for August wedding. So do we have to save for that? So how much do we have to save? How much do we have to save a week? What do we got to do? Do we got to stop buying an extra, one less cup of coffee at Starbucks to get it done? So, but make it, quantifiable, make it SMART. You've heard the acronym before, with the specific, measurable, actionable goals. And we're going to go through those too. But anyhow, this is what you want to do. So when you make your vision board. And 6, do your planning away from your computer. Oh my God, I can't stress how important this is to walk away from your computer. Grab a piece of paper, grab a notepad. I used to go through notepads, like crazy, and I saved them for years. But what you want to do is just grab a 3-ring binder or something. I don't care. Just grab a notepad, get away from your computer, get away from your phone, and sit down and plan your day. Plan what is most important. Steve Covey used to say, what matters most. And if you read The 7 Habits, it's a great book, and to read or to put in plans for your future to go through, because it helps you to identify what matters most, what is most important. But in this case, do your planning. Sit away from your computer, sit down, and plan your day. Okay, create yourself, center yourself internally. Does this content apply even if you're an atheist? I have to add this on here, but absolutely, you can substitute meditation for prayer, or create a de-stressing, energization, energization, something like that. Routine that involves visualizing sailing for 10 minutes, or imagine yourself that you're in the forest listening to the birds. I don't have to. You guys have seen some of my videos. I can just sit here and listen to the birds all day. They're all around me. It's 137 different species that surround my house of birds. So it's just fabulous. But if you want something more energizing, imagine you are at the very top of the Empire State Building, looking out at the fresh new morning with all the world before you, teeming with life and energy. I mean, the world is just coming up, and you're sitting there just watching it. Imagine that, okay? So here it goes, So no matter what type of inner exploration you decide upon, one of the best tools you can use is to stop before plummeting into a whirlwind of business activity and listening to messages from the universe, from God, or from your own soul, whichever you want. When you do this, you automatically de-stress. Remember, when you start the day before everybody else, when you are able to get up early, when you're able to concentrate, when you're able to plan your day. And let's say that you're the very first one at the office, or the first, if you got a home office and you get in your home office, and by the time that you're done with your exercises, with your meditation, with your readings for the day, and all those very important habits that you got to have before you start your work day, when you sit, you're calm, you're ready to go, and you start firing off the emails. When people get into their office, they are going to be the ones that are in reactive mode, not you. Now the rest of the world's reacting to you. You're not reacting to them. So you are in complete control. So just think about that. All right. And here's the next one. Make family part of your morning. Ashley Kittrell of Care 2 Healthy Living recently wrote about the morning routines of 23 highly successful people, in which the habit of exercise topped all others. Second, however, came a routine that many entrepreneurs don't even consider, including quality of time with family. This is so important. I take very specific time in the morning. I make sure that kids, before they leave the house, they leave well fed. I get up in the mornings, we make good breakfast. When I'm in the States, I do it with my daughter. When I'm here, I do it with my stepkids. And this is the one thing that to me is important. We sit at the table, we eat breakfast together. We have to get up earlier in order to get it done, but we do. We get up earlier, we sit, and we're able to talk and plan the day. So when they leave the house, they leave knowing that they're loved. They leave knowing that they have a home. and it just centers that whole spirit and their whole soul for the rest of the day, and it will do for you too. So this is very, very important. Remember, exercise was number one from 23 highly successful people, and number two was quality of time with your family. Plan it and make it happen. Here's David Cameron, the British Prime Minister, advocates improving quality of time by including no TV at all time. Virgin Group founder Sir Richard Branson advocates both exercise and family time in the morning at the top of his personal list. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, cites having healthy breakfast with family as one of his essential morning routines. Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, makes coffee for himself and his wife. How about that? Okay, so these are all small tweaks. The 20 minutes you spend getting your kids ready for school, the family breakfast, the early morning coffee with your spouse, and the patio of having the kids jump on the bed for 10 minutes in the morning to chatter about their upcoming day. All those little things, they're very, very important. Keep them in mind. They're also the most priceless investments you could ever make, not just in your family, but in your own peace and well-being. Folks, that was step 306. Actually, that was step 206. Now we're going to go and putting together your energizing routine. So let's recap. Okay, in step 2, in the success habits of highly successful people, and the things that they do in the first 2 hours every morning before email or Facebook. This is feed your soul. Read or listen to a book of a podcast. Number 2, practice a gratitude attitude. 3, use relevant affirmations. 4, ask a meaningful question of the day. 5, practice visualization. 6, do your planning away from your computer. Get away from all the electronics so that you can really plan and have no distractions. 7, center yourself internally. And 4, make family part of your morning routine. Listen, tomorrow we're going to go ahead and cover step number 3, putting together your energizing routine. There's a lot more to this, folks. I'm just giving you the overview, and there's a lot more coming, and it's all of this is going to come together for you here really soon. But right now, I just want you to start taking notes and keeping these things in mind, because they are going to actually change your life. We'll talk to you tomorrow.